Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the live stream here from the studio. As night falls here in Israel, there is a lot to update you on, and that's exactly what we're about to do. Guys, the war Israel has waged on Iran is called Operation Rising Lion. I couldn't be more excited to announce to you that the lion is truly rising and making incredible headway far away in a land of Persia. Iran is crumbling beneath the feet of that lion, the rising lion, Israel. Guys, just a quick update. Iran has launched almost 400 ballistic missiles at Israel. Only 35 of those have impacted. 24 people, Israelis, have tragically been killed, and 647 have been injured, with 10 of those in serious condition. We be praying for them. Be praying for recovery for those 10. 35 are in moderate condition, and over 600 have minor injuries. Guys, just a few minutes ago, and we're just going to quickly update you on what's happening. And about this time of night in Israel, it seems like everything just starts happening even more, with the rockets and missiles from Iran seem to hit about now. We've been in and out of the bomb shelters twice today as the missiles have rained in. Thank God the missiles are decreasing as the days go by. Obviously, the lion hits strong, the rockets decrease, and that's what we're seeing happen. They just don't have the ability to shoot those ballistic missiles at the rates that they were at the beginning of the war. There's been incredible success by the Israeli Air Force in the skies of Iran. Now, they're almost acting now as they did in Gaza, as they do in Gaza from time to time still, where they sneak out, shoot a rocket, and run back. That's kind of what we're seeing in Iran right now. They are under the thumb of Israel, and Israel's watchful as Israel reigns over the skies of Iran. They really have to play hard in order to even sneak a rocket out. And Iran is a massive place. It's unbelievable, the success of the IDF at this point in this incredible historic war on fighting radical Islam that attempted to take the world over. Israel is fighting and being successful against this incredibly massive threat. Now, just a few minutes ago, it was released on Axios News that a critical meeting will be taking place at the White House in the Situation Room, where they will be deciding whether America will join in these attacks. Now, of course, we've seen before already that America has supported Israel in this war, but whether they will literally join in making the IDF, it's clear Israel has asked them to. There's a couple targets they need backup on, and they're asked to do that, and they're going to be making that decision very soon whether they will indeed make that attack or not. I think as we see the situation from this side, it looks like America is making the right decision. At a very strategic time, they're joining, and that is very much appreciated by Israel and, of course, all the lovers of Israel across the world. As we see President Trump making decisions that seem to be even beyond him. As we know, God is the one above all and is leading the leaders across the world to make the decisions they're making, including hardening the hearts of the Iranians to lead them to this place that they're in right now. As Trump texted out today on his Truth Social, he said, unconditional surrender. There is clearly only one way forward, and that is for Iran to unconditionally surrender. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that, but they're going to continue to see their military and their assets fall apart if they don't. We probably will continue to see whether whatever they do, we're going to see Israel's success, and the backup that America has provided thus far has been incredibly important. A few more quotes from President Trump. He says, "We know exactly where the so-called supreme leader is hiding. He is in an easy target. He is an easy target, but is safe there. We are not going to take him out, kill, at least not for now. But we don't want missiles shot at civilians or American soldiers. Our patience is wearing thin. Thank you for your attention to this matter." That's pretty direct, folks, and President Trump is giving it to them very clearly. You're not on the chopping block right now. We're not going to take you out, but if we don't see some changes, you might be. if I was to translate that message correctly. Don't be cocky and go ahead and back down if you would. Stop sending rockets. As long as you're sending rockets at Israel and endangering Israeli civilians and American soldiers, as President Trump says, the patience is wearing thin. And I love how he just ends it. Thank you to your attention on this matter. Yes, I think he's got the attention of Iran right now. Another quote from President Trump. He says, I have no desire to negotiate with Iran. Thank God. He says, I expect nothing less than their complete surrender. Guys, that's incredible news coming from the President of the United States and words that are music to Israel's ears. To understand, to have a president who understands what's happening in the Middle East and is refusing to go the diplomatic route, which, guys, I just heard, on Tucker Carlson, I listened in today to hear what they're saying. The American right, the MAGA movement, all these guys there's some really misleading voices out there. And I have to say, this is really hard to hear. They are not informed of the way the Middle East works. Negotiations with these Islamic powerhouses do not work. It never has worked. It won't work moving forward. The only way forward is a really big kick. And that's what America, along with Israel, or Israel, along with America, is giving to Iran right now. And unfortunately, these right-wing conservative voices across America don't understand that the negotiations will not work. I saw a massive movement, millions and millions of views across these networks with people that are they're saying they're fed up. They don't want to see war. They said, we didn't vote for this. This is not what we wanted. Trump is letting everybody down. Guys, it's the exact opposite of that. You got to look outside the little box that you're living in and understand that it's only a matter of time till a nuclear Iran would affect that little box you're living in. You've got to think outside of it, and you've got to understand that what President Trump is doing, and I also saw that the Vice President, J.D. Vance, is also saying basically what I'm telling you right now. Guys, this is an American interest. Get out of the box you're in and think about the big picture. It's not just about Israel for those that are very biblically inept, that don't understand the importance of Israel. Even if you are one of those people, which there's many in America that don't understand the importance of Israel, you must understand that even outside of this view, this war affects you and that little box you're living in, Israel or not. Because these Ayatollahs, these radical Iranian leaders were headed for you. This is America's war just as much as it is Israel's war. So complete surrender is exactly what America must be saying, and thank God Trump is actually saying that, and he's saying no to negotiations. Guys, we've seen what negotiations has led to. It's led to nearly 2 years of war in a little bitty place called Gaza. Guys, that is insane. It doesn't work. It's not the way the Middle East works. The Middle East is a place where war should be done, and strength is the answer. Peace through strength is something that President Donald Trump has said many times. And, the only thing that I would add to that is it's peace through strength. And so far, it's been peace through Israel's strength. I like what I'm seeing right now, where America could actually jump in there, and it could be peace through American strength as well. Now, to all of those Tucker Carlsons and those out there in the world, that's my clearest message to you. Is it peace through Israel's strength, or can America be added to it? And really, the question is in D.C., and it's being decided right now. Will this peace be brought through American strength or just Israel's strength alone? It's my hope that America will make the right decision to join Israel in fighting this existential threat, not only on Israel, but also on America. Guys, we're going to play a quick video today. This is what would happen if you in your little boxes, your Tucker Carlson boxes that say we should not get involved, what are we doing in the Middle East? Okay, this is what's hitting Israel right now. But if Israel didn't fight this war, guys, they say it themselves. You got to believe these knuckleheads. When they say death to America, death to Israel, they really do mean it. And when they shoot missiles at Israel, like we're about to show you, they also would do the same in America. Guys, this is buses being hit in Gush Dan. Check this video out right here as literally rockets are flying in. Alerts are going on all over Israel. This was just earlier this morning, Israel time, when rockets literally hit a bus parking lot. We're talking about ballistic missiles hitting this bus parking lot. What can you imagine, okay, guys, if this is what was going on in America? Oh, my gracious. So wake up, world. If you think this is not something that you should be fighting, it's literally just a matter of time till this was going to hit you. And guys, I'm speaking literally from experience in 20 years being here in Israel and going to Texas of all places and getting canceled by a bunch of jihadis that are literally on the ground in America that want exactly this to happen to you. So I can't be clearer about this. This is a real threat to America, and America's making, I hope, in the next few minutes, the right decision on joining Israel in fighting this jihadi nonsense that threatens the globe with more violence. Literally, that's what they've sponsored. They're the world sponsor of this terrorism, and it not only threatens Israel, again, it threatens America. Reuters just reported that Israel, they reported this today, that Israel launched a massive cyber war against Iran's digital infrastructure, according to Iran's National Cybersecurity Command. All right, so Israel's going cyber, and they're knocking it out, not only with their F-35s over the all of Iran, knocking out these sites. And we're going to get to just a moment a list of the sites that the Israeli Air Force have taken out literally just today. Guys, here's a picture of F-35s coming in with refuelers en route to the Middle East. These are all American coming in. This is pretty awesome, and hopefully this will allude to what is actually this meeting. We know that there's a lot of American assets being sent this way, so this is pretty awesome to see F-35s flying over into Israel. We're getting this picture up in just a moment. You'll see it shortly. This is awesome. This is the kind of support Israel needs, and this is, Lord willing, what will continue. F-35s flying over Europe. This picture is taken over Europe as they swing in to bring assistance. Guys, these big refuelers are absolutely vital to Israel's success. Really important things we're talking about here. Okay, White House official to CNN, of all places, says this. It says President Trump's post on Truth Social, in which he called on Iranians to immediately evacuate Tehran, shows the urgency of Iran's need to come to the negotiating table. All right, so check this video out if we can get this pulled up. It says the Iranians are fleeing Tehran. Now, this is unreal. And thankfully, it looks like there's a bunch of Iranians that are actually listening to President Trump when he says leave. That's what I saw anyway. I saw, look like millions of people trying to get out of Tehran, just like President Trump told them. So looks like this is real thing. When he says immediately leave, they're believing them. I think a lot of people in Iran are actually believing Israel and America when they say things. I don't think they've done that for a long time. That's called peace through strength once again. All right, here's some interesting news from the German Chancellor Merz. He says this is great, coming from Germany. Israel's got a long history with Germany, not so good, so it's good to hear good words and supportive words coming from the Chancellor of Germany. And I'll quote him. It says, "This is the dirty work Israel is doing for all of us. We are all also victims. We are also victims of this regime. This mullah regime has brought death and destruction to the world." Now, that's well said. And I only wish that the conservatives of America would understand the importance, as this German does, of ridding the world of this threat, this regime that's brought death and destruction to the world. It's very well said. And of course, that means a lot to Israel to see former enemies, former tragedy that came from Germany would now wake up and understand the threat of extreme Jew hatred. The same kind of vile Jew hatred that came out of Germany in the 1930s and 40s is really what we're seeing in Iran today. And this chancellor, understands that, and he's speaking with clarity about Israel's, not only Israel's right, but his duty to keep and to guard the people of Israel from such a terrible regime. So those words are very great to hear. The Israeli Air Force strikes in Iran. You ready for a list of today's strikes? Guys, this is pretty incredible. We're talking about, 1,000 miles away, This is a crazy war. Whoever thought that airplanes would be able to fly over enemy territories and fly all the way into Iran from Israel, my gracious. That's an incredibly long distance and be with such precision, to mention. And this is what they've hit today. There's been widespread internet outages all across the country due to these strikes. I want to show you a quick video of an explosion that happened at a warehouse in Isfahan. This is a little bit of what we see happening across Iran, and you guys have probably already seen these, but this is literally just what happened today. We're seeing this happen all across Iran. Explosion after explosion after explosion, where they're hitting, and they're obviously hitting something massive. Look at that cloud. Oh my gracious. That's something pretty significant that they've just knocked out there. And thank God that cloud is over the top of Tehran and not our Isfahan, and not over the top of Tel Aviv. That's the goal. Keep the terrorism and blow it up there on site, and don't let it out the borders. That's critical, and that's what these strikes are doing, and thank God they're being successful. They've also hit surface-to-surface missile sites all over Iran, knocking them out, and that's why we're not seeing the missiles hit here in Israel, because they're being successful. Remember, that first night we saw over 100, right, missiles being shot out, and today they're sneaking out like 10 at a time. They've been hit hard. We also see a paramilitary and police headquarters being struck. That's great news. We're seeing the Iranian national radio station was hit. We also, and this is really big, it looks like we had a direct hit on the underground enrichment halls of the Natsaz. Now, that's incredible to see that they're getting the strikes on the nuclear facilities. That is the goal. Remember, the two goals of this war is, number one, to get rid of the nuclear threat that Iran poses, destroy it, get rid of it, and also the threat of the ballistic missiles. Two things got to happen, and this is the goals of the war. It looks like we're getting there very quickly. All right, another big hit was the central bank. Now, this wasn't necessarily a hit. This was a target by the cyber where Israel, that's been attributed to Israel, that was actually able to shut down the banks. Now, that's fantastic news. Guys, that's a couple of the big hits today. Now, here's two things that are a little bit concerning. Well, one concerning, one not so much. But we got word from Russia and China. Now, as the U.S. is making their decision whether they're jumping in to support Israel or not, well, Iran also has its, we call these proxies. And if you really wanted to kind of say it like this, you would say that Israel would be considered a proxy of America. I can't really say that fully, because Israel is not just a proxy. Israel's a lead, a big-time lead. It's more like a partnership with them. In Iran's case, we see massive partnership also. Really, you could say proxies with them as well. And Russia and China are pushing the Iranian side, while America is pushing the Israel side. And of course, both have other tentacles as well, many, many, many. Russia and China being the big ones, and America being on the opposite side of the aisle with Israel. So Bloomberg News just reported that Russia does not intend to help Iran. That's good news. And that's really what would save us from a World War III. Many are saying that we're just on the verge of World War III. Well, if these players back down and we're just fighting Iran and we're not fighting their proxy, or the other tentacles, these that have aligned themselves with Iranian ideology of spreading terror to the rest of the world, or literally these Russia, China, and others would be saying how we fight the West would be a great use of Iran. They're not pro-Iran. They just want to use Iran to fight the West. So Russia's saying they don't intend to help Iran. Of course, we can believe that, hopefully. China calls, this is just fascinating, and I don't know what to take of this, but China calls its citizens to leave Israel as soon as possible. Now, you can take that two ways. Are they saying leave Israel because Israel's not safe anymore, and that there's rockets and missiles going off here, and they want their citizens to be safe? Well, that's what I would think if it was anywhere else in the world. I might be thinking that, but there also comes something else that could be a reality of this call, that China plans to get involved. Now, That's speculation. I have no earthly idea, but those are two concerning things that we have to talk about. Now, guys, just in closing out here, and then we're going to take a look at the news and see if anything else has popped as we have been online here. But there's a few things that I want to just as we close out here to talk about, and that is Ambassador Mike Huckabe sent a personal message over to President Donald Trump, and I want to read that to you. It's incredible. We're talking about a man of God, a man of faith, and boy, is he a champion of the pro-Israel Christian Zionist world. Those that believe in God and believe in God's choosing of Israel and believe that God is in this story and is the one leading in all of this, the miracle of Israel back in its homeland. Boy, do we have a believer and a strong man as the ambassador. And this is his personal message that President Trump then took a picture of and sent it out on social media. And I want to read this for you. It's a little bit long, but it's incredibly inspiring. I'm going to read it here. It says, Mr. President, God spared you in Butler, Pennsylvania to be the most consequential president in a century, maybe ever. The decisions on your shoulders I would not want to be made by anyone else. You have many voices speaking to you, sir, but there is only one voice that matters, his voice. I am your appointed servant in this land and am available for you, but I do not try to get your presence often because I trust your instincts. No president in my lifetime has been in a position like yours. Not since Truman in 1945. I don't reach out to persuade you, only to encourage you. I believe you will hear from heaven, and that voice is far more important than mine or anyone else's. You sent me to Israel to be your eyes, ears, and voice to make sure our flag flies above our embassy. My job is to be the last one to leave. I will not abandon this post. Our flag will not come down. You did not seek this moment sought you. It is my honor to serve you, Mike Huckabe. Guys, and this is why I say that this is such an incredible moment and such incredible words from Ambassador Mike Huckabe. There is literally millions of Americans. The loudest voice in America by far is telling Trump and screaming at President Trump not to engage. Leave Israel alone. Let the Jews go. It's a Jewish thing. Why support Israel? These are the voices. The overwhelming majority in America do not understand the biblical significance of what we face right now. But Ambassador Mike Huckabe does, and I believe he is right. President Trump is hearing something from heaven on this issue. America is not quite understanding. God raises up leaders for moments, and that's exactly what Ambassador Huckabe is referring to. Listen to that voice. And this is mercy on America for President Trump to make the right decision to support the Jewish people. That blessing of Israel is there and waiting. If we abandon Israel at this critical moment, guys, you don't understand. Nuclear capabilities were within inches of Iran, which would have meant the decimation of God's people in the land of Israel. It cannot happen. It would not happen. But they're people. God uses people. And God has raised up the IDF and those of the nations to support Israel at this critical time, for such a time as this. There are leaders and support around the world for Israel to fight this radicalist regime that wished to wipe Israel off the map. Now, we know from history that many throughout the history of the world have attempted to annihilate Israel. It is impossible. But for those that chose to join that war and to fight Israel, did they see a bitter end like no other? Now, here's the thing. Those that stood with and blessed and served Israel in those moments when Israel needed it most, God saw them and God blessed them. And the promises of Genesis 12 are something that are more sure than anything on this planet. You bless Israel, you will be blessed. That's just a fact. It's woven into creation. You can't get around it. So it's my prayer, my plea that the people of America wake up and support the people of Israel and support President Donald Trump as he leads the nation in this critical moment as Israel faces existential threats. Guys, it's not over. The war is just begun. Israel's having success, but we know how this is, and we know there's a lot more players out there. Israel needs you. Stand up, be strong, and let your voice be heard that we support Israel in every action against their enemies. We stand with Israel's right to exist, not only to exist, but to thrive and be free and to live again freely in their ancestral homeland. Guys, this war is bringing up so much, and I can't even begin to tell you all the successes that are not only happening in Iran, but that are happening here in the heartland of Israel, where I'm coming to you live right now. Judea and Samaria is expanding. The farms that we're serving on are expanding. The people of Israel are strong. They're moving forward. The enemy is being pushed back as the people of God, Israel, are pushing forward and expanding. Guys, we're seeing 50 new communities being recognized as legal here. We're seeing 20-something, 24 or 5 farms being reestablished just in recent time. Just within the last few weeks, we're seeing this happen. God is on the move. Don't be silent. Don't let Israel, guys, it's not really, let's get clear about this. Israel's going to succeed. It's really just going to be whether it's with you or without you. That's what history tells us. Let's get on the right side of history and be a part of what God is doing here in Israel. Guys, stay tuned. We're coming back tomorrow night at 8 o'clock as well. Be tuned in for the live stream, 8 o'clock Israel time sharp. Don't miss out. We're going to have a full lineup of all that has happened throughout the day. Guys, I want to give a shout out to the Israel at War WhatsApp group. If you're not on there, that's a great way of staying in touch also with what's happening on like as it's coming out. Fantastic group, and we got to thank them for some of the content that came out today. Much appreciation, guys. Thanks for joining. Tune in tomorrow night at 8 o'clock to get a live report from the studio on the roundup for the day. Guys, keep praying for Israel. Don't be silent for Zion's sake.